And good afternoon, hockey fans, Newfoundland and Labrador, across Canada, around the world, via the internet. We welcome you inside the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium in Grand Falls, Windsor, for this afternoon's U16 AAA game between the hometown Central Impact and the visiting East Coast Fog Devils. Shortstop Robert Bowling and center Steve Mosley. Last night, the Impact defeated the Eastern Privateers. The Fog Devils played earlier this morning. They had an early game at 8 o'clock against Western Custer. They lost. That was 6-3. We set to get underway.
George, you had mentioned that the Fog Devils were a little short-handed coming in this weekend for a number of reasons, and I'm looking around the bench now. We have 8 guys on the bench. Including the back of 4, only 13 skaters.
13 skaters, the 2 goaltenders. Second goaltender for the Fog Devils, by the way, the 6th Noah for the Impact. It's Tommy Barton. Barton from Gander.
Yeah, Wilson from Gander has actually moved to GSW now. Goes to school at Expo Valley High.
Got it, Rex got it. Impact is going to get it. The penalty.
And not only that, there's actually 7 backs on the place. And you can have as many as you want, but you can't get involved in the play. 2 guys are going out, 3 going out.
We got an early power play for the Fog Devils. We're missing some players. About the weather. Shot scores! Ralph scores.
Oh, there you go. That didn't take long. 47 seconds into the period for the goal.
6 seconds into the penalty. Here it is.
Just a good face-off win. A nice D-to-D pass. You watch this coming over here now, or 4-to-D. Little seam. Goes over, beats the goaltender low, glove side. That will never, ever satisfy your coach when you have too many men on the ice, and then you get scored on instantly. That's just not good enough.
Central penalty for too many men, served by number 19, Parker Ellis.
So 1-0 early for the Fog Devils. They're off to a good start. That's a tough loss earlier this morning. And you know, Rob, you mentioned they were still 13 skaters, and they also played a game just 2 games ago. Played 8 o'clock this morning. So it's a tough schedule.
Hour off, maybe.
Just long enough for the other game to be played. And then they're back on again.
We don't have any more games today.
Jumped in. Behind the goal. Move it out. Haggett off the board. The defenseman's going to go in first. Picks it up behind the goal. Threw it right in front, went off the defenseman. Rattles around. It's still loose. Impact keep it in. Shot put wide by Bass. Off the Fog Devil defenseman standing in front of the goal. Good. Badcock down the ice, beyond the reach of Bath, and that'll be an icing call against Central Impact.
Good being there last night was looking at the jerseys for the Impact. I love their uniforms, but no name birds.
No, I'm told yesterday, the white jerseys, they don't have the name birds, so that just makes it a little more complicated for us. Luckily, we did the game last night, so we some of the players.
Competition, hey, you're good.
Here's a shot right into the glove of Barton.
Red, white, black seems to be a popular color with these 2 teams, though, George.
Yep, that's the
reverse. I like them.
Reverse of each other.
I do love the Impact uniforms, however.
A little different logo than the U18. Yep, different logo. Stands out. McNeil lost his stick for the Impact. And the puck is up into the penalty box area. And we'll play 2 15-minute periods, and the third period will be 20.
Clock is still running. Actually,
They caught it. Open your big mouth, Robert.
12 seconds. 12 seconds I looked up and watched, but anyway, he stopped it now, so I guess they're going to say forget it.
Well, they may hold the clock for it. We're still discussing it.
I don't know why we need to make a big thing of it. It's 12:05. 12:10, who cares? Give me a break. They're holding the clock. I guess there's too much trouble to pick it back.
Yeah, just hold it for a little bit.
It's not like it's
There we
5
go.
seconds up to the period of the game.
Then it'll be icing against the Impact.
I'll give a shout out to George as I was coming into the building this morning. Mr. Davey James. Anybody from Grand Falls Windsor, all parts everywhere actually. You know, he's doing his laps around the building here this morning. I said, Robert, how you doing this morning? I said, well, you know, this nice winter day coming in. And he said, go Flyers, go. The ultimate Flyers fan, him and Barry Sparks.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sparks is also yeah, Davey, heavily involved in baseball here for many years, running the unit of Oklahoma.
Essentially, they worked for baseball in Boston. And then George, he decided to work up at the golf course and did an amazing job up there as well. A lot of fun stuff to do.
Yeah, 2 summers as the starter.
Yeah.
Always fun to have Davey. Telling you when it was okay to go and when you had to wait.
And it was engaging.
Everybody knows Davey. It's always fun to talk to. Yeah, he does. Makes a regular thing doing the laps.
He lives across the road.
Talk to the fan as well. This shot by Sullivan is knocked down. Up come the Fog Devils racing down the right side. Unable to get to the boys. Up by Thompson, pass through the middle, picked off. Following up on it. Burns trying to get it in front for Thompson. He's got to give him last night, couple goals for the Impact.
He's all over the puck.
Really impressive player.
I actually think he's leading the league in scoring, George, if I'm not mistaken.
I can check that in a minute.
It's coming from my son who follows it.
Onside, but couldn't beat the 2 defensemen. Maybe Ralph trying to beat the defense. Clear right, up back in, delayed offside. The Fog Devils head out, tag up. Sullivan through the middle off the leg of Burns. Roberts trying to get to it, beaten to the puck. And hustled by Ralph, get back before the Fog Devils. They're on the other side for Barker. And off the board right in front, goaltender's going to have to play it and cover up. With 9:55 to go.
Looking over across there at the Impact bench, you see Wayne Sullivan in the break there. Wayne was one of the assistant coaches last night with Darren Byrne, and I see Steve Hilliers behind the bench there tonight to Byrne's right. Looks like he's running the D.
Had a quick chat with Darren Byrne just a few minutes before game time, head coach of the Impact. Ralph swinging in off the stick of Ryan.
Of Botwood, living in Gander for the last number of years. Avid golfer as well.
It's the first thing he asked me about. He said, how's your golf game? I said, it's been non-existent the last few summers.
Yeah.
But in 1 round last summer, 3 the year before.
You need to get up more, George.
Well, I have to retire from ball hockey. Might be time. Missing the golf.
Yeah, and I tell you.
Yeah, ball hockey takes up most of the summer the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Except the COVID year.
Something you enjoyed as well, though.
Too many options. You got to pick something.
Yeah, golf is good.
Absolutely. Played it all my life.
Stan Singh says he misses you, but he doesn't want. He doesn't want to play for any money, however.
No. We just play for Championship of the Universe and that sort of thing, and never cash. Beatty. My job is to, there's a chance right in front. Almost went in 5-hole. Looking for it was Badcock, and
turnover down low.
Noel made the save.
Yeah,
Sorry,
turnover
Robert.
down low, George. And what I thought the Impact did a good job last night was their presence on the boards, George. And it was just a simple turnover. Wasn't a big hit. but it forced the D-man to turn around. As he turned around, he got the puck stolen from him. And, of course, Babcock went in. And, George, remember last night, Babcock was in a couple of times all by himself last night.
Second period last night, he had multiple chances
I don't know if he's
right in front.
invisible or not, but he was wide open again.
Hibbs' shot was blocked, goes to the boards. Fog Devils get it out. Hodder one-on-one. Hodder with a shot off the defenseman's stick, goes into the corner. McNeil on it first. McNeil up along the boards, gets it to Freak. Out it comes. Faraday played it back to Ralph. Off the stick of Sears.
Ralph gave him a good pass, George. Sears decided to take it on his forehand again as opposed to his backhand. Lost the puck.
Ralph winding up, lets it go well wide. Diving out to try and block that was Budgel. Really.
Head first dive.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
I didn't like that.
One thing to sacrifice your body. It's not worth sacrificing your head.
No, throw the legs in front of it.
Yep. Lucky for him, the puck didn't hit him. Fog Devils bring it in. Cody, he's poke checked. Barker dumps it in. Hibbs played it to far side, picked up over there by Preston Freak. Good outlet pass right onto the stick of Budgel. Budgel turning, dumps it off the boards, and Budgel gets dumped on a good hit.
Just finished his check. I thought it was a great hit. Just because the puck has gone off your stick doesn't mean that you're free from any body contact.
That was Potter. Tried to get it towards the front of the goal. Potter throwing his weight around out there. Beatty off the boards for Potter. Forced back by Porter. By Roberts. Yeah, we got to get name bars put on.
Yeah.
Hillier around the boards. He'll get it out.
Good to see young Hillier back playing again. George, he sustained a real bad injury earlier in the season. Broke his wrist in a practice.
Right into the crease. Covered up there by Knoll.
One thing I noticed early on, George, is that I really like the way that the Fog Devils defensemen passed the puck up and very quickly to their forwards coming back low to support them. They've had 3 or 4 really good breakouts.
George, they score right off the face-off.
But that one there is just a terrible job by the centerman.
We've talked about this before 2 or 3 times last night.
This is just unacceptable. Just watch this, George. Not only does he get cleanly beat, he watches the guy go past him. Here we go.
Whoop.
And just gives it over. And we got 3 guys, and then, basically it's an empty netter. As a coach, I would be out of my mind watching that right now.
We saw that 2 face-offs in a row last night.
Back last night, yes.
By the Privateers didn't.
And the centerman for the Fog Devils is actually a left-handed shooter. He just needs to put his hip in the way, and there's no way that Buddy can get the puck.
Yeah, Thompson with the goal for the Impact. We're tied at 1. Here's Byrne winding up. Dangerous player. Hard wrist shot, easy save though for Knoll.
George, going back to my coaching days at high school hockey, and even with the Cataracts, I used to take all of our centermen and 2 wingers, and we would practice face-offs. A face-off coverage for about 10 to 15 minutes every day in our practice. And Craig Tuck, one of the smaller guys, even when he would lose face-offs, he wouldn't lose body position. Get in the way of somebody.
High shot snatched out of the air by Knoll. Agate with the shot from the left point. Do the face-off again in the Fog Devils' end.
You staying down to the rink all day today, George?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got another game we're going to do at 4 o'clock. Impact and the Osprey. As I mentioned, the Osprey just defeated the Privateers 3-1 in a game played just before this one. And then, of course, we got the big game tonight, the Cataracts and the Corner Brook Royals.
Yeah,
semifinals.
Speaking of that, Deer Lake pulled off a 5-3 victory last night, empty netter. 4-3 going in with a minute and a half left. Brandon Hines with the empty net goal to 5-3 for the Deer Lake Red Wings to go up 1-0 in that series.
Yeah, close game there. Close game out at the DF Burns in the AAA U18.
Yes.
The Growlers defeated the Impact 3-2 in a goal late in the third period.
As I was saying last night, George, the Impact, the Central AAA under 18 Impact, they've played the Growlers well all year.
Yeah,
The Growlers have beaten them more, but they've played them well all year.
So those teams will play again tonight, as will Deer Lake and Stephenville. So yeah, busy weekend for us here on AO.live with the webcasts. As mentioned last night, this is something that was put together just yesterday afternoon to do some of these U16 games. Haggett with a shot, and again, Noel will make the save. Games were scheduled for the Windsor Stadium this weekend, but problems with the, I don't know if it's the ice plant or what.
Something mechanical out there, that's all I can tell you.
I don't know what else it would be. But anyway, they moved the games to the Joe, and
Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
so I contacted the folks with the Impact and said, well, everything is down here. We're going to be down here. We'll probably do a few games for you. So we agreed we would do the Central Impact game starting last night, 2 today.
I watched a couple of the games earlier the year, George, when they had their tournament out in Windsor Stadium, and very impressed with the team. I haven't got to see many of them in their entirety, but watching a game yesterday besides the Impact game again here today, I really like the brand of hockey.
There's Potter down the left side. Gets in behind the goal. Picked up back there by Horwood.
That's a play, George Horwood over on the boards after making one attempt at it. You got to look to your right for your D-man because you're going up the strong side where there's two guys already there. You need to go D to D. That'll make a tremendous difference getting the puck out.
Fog Devils shot goes wide. Kept in by Beatty back at the point. In along the half wall. Barker turning, protecting the puck. Back at the point for Beatty. Beatty winds up, puts it wide short side. Rose holds it in, they score!
And reason being, George,
They're going to wave it off, I think, Robert.
I don't think it was a high stick.
Well, maybe not.
No.
I thought I saw the referee.
Just a real good deflection.
Yeah, no, my apologies, folks. That goal is going to count.
But the left D-man shoots the puck. It's sort of like a fluttering puck. Goes all the way around the boards, but the left D for Impact just does not get to the corner, and neither does the right. And, of course, just a shot at the net. 3 or 4 bodies, deflection. Nothing goaltender Barton could do about that one.
Thought I saw something that didn't happen.
That happens a lot.
Seeing
me.
things. I thought I saw the referee wave his arms, but hallucination on my part.
It's early. Well, actually, no, it's afternoon.
Anyway, 2-1 Fog Devils. Ryan drops it back to his defense. Ralph. Over to Cody. Cody turned it over. Roberts taken to the boards. Fog Devils have it. Off the skates of Ryan out to center. Sullivan. Across to Hillier. Hillier dumps it in. Sullivan knocked down along the boards. Puck comes free down the ice. So Fog Devils looking pretty good for a team that played earlier this morning. Wave off the icing. Kept in by Hillier.
Why is that not called offsides?
Oh, they're letting the play continue.
My goodness. It was 2 feet over the blue line, George. I mean, that's not close.
Back at the point. Sullivan shot right on goal. Noel sees the loose puck, grabs it. .2:20 to go, first period, 2-1. East Coast Fog Devils. Shots on goal, 11-3, favoring the Fog Devils.
Yeah, George, I'm looking at defenseman Ralph there. I've really taken notice of him early, and he's a great passer. I'm watching him come off of his left D position, making great outlet passes, both left and right. Strong on the puck down low.
Face-off win for the Impact. And throw it in around behind the goal. Beatty gets to it first for the Fog Devils off the boards. Trying to get it to Ryan. He's checked right away. Badcock gets it to the front of the goal, comes back to the point. Haggett with a shot. That just missed. Rebound comes off the end board, sits at the end of the goal. Goaltender was fishing for it, couldn't find it. Finally, it is cleared by the Fog Devils. Haggett having to really hustle back into his own end.
He had a good game last night.
Trying to spin away, lost it. Beatty comes up with the puck, plays it in around behind. They get it out in front for Sears. Shot. Save made. Outlet to French. He'll go the other side. Taking it off the boards is Bath. Bath trying to get around the defense. Badcock following up on it. Overskated it. Kept in. Haggett. His wrist shot hit his teammate at the blue line. The puck comes out. Ellis over to Haggett. Up ahead to Bath. Bath will shoot it in. Noel out to play it. Very casual. Almost turned it over.
Oh, not sure what was going on there. The old nonchalant as opposed to chalant, George?
Yeah, it had to be more chalant. It's too nonchalant. Haggett shoots it right into the goaltender. Pile in the crease there, and the goaltender has it. Under a minute to play, opening period.
George, I really like the way that Haggett made the first move down below his goal. He did a nice spin around, and his D partner, Ellis, really recognized that and went over to the left corner, but then Haggett came back the other way. Once he made that nice move, he's looking for support, and he got support, but he chose to go back into the forecheck.
That shot, goaltender only saw it at the last second. Now it's in front. Put it over the top of the goal. What a chance for Jersey McNeil, all alone in front, and put it high.
Not going to get a better opportunity than that.
Horwood. Puck comes here to the near boards. On it first is Budgel. Again, we want to thank Skur Mechanical, major sponsor for this tournament and sponsoring the webcast of these games. All your mechanical, electrical needs. It's a company that's been relatively newly formed, but incredibly busy. You see their signs all over town.
Yeah, they're certainly busy, and I can remember one of their products that they had, George, was the during the COVID years when they came up with their cleansing agent for your hands. Not your regular hand sanitizer, but that was one of the first times I've heard of them.
Buzzer goes to end the first period. 2-1, good one for the visiting team, the Fog Devils. Now, on the score sheet, the Impact are the visitors for this game.
Yes.
So the Fog Devils get last change, but being played in the home rink of the Impact.
See Wayne Sullivan now taking his position on the bench. Steve Hillier vacates, so Wayne must have been a little late this morning. Busy man.
Again, we will not have a flood of the ice between periods. We'll do that between the second and third. So this will be a brief intermission.
One of the things that I've noticed, George, even a period in, they're questioning about score sheet here now. I'm not sure why, but I like the way that the players are finishing their checks. Like when a player dishes the puck off, they think that, okay, I've done my job. I can, watch the play. And no, you can't. If a player is forechecking you and you dish the puck off, you better brace yourself to get ready to take a hit or to get rubbed out of the play. And there's been players on both teams who thought once they passed the puck that everything is good, but they've been hit hard on both teams. So I'm sure coaches are going to have to remind their passers that, and of course keep doing the same thing. Finish your check, finish your forecheck. And I used to speak to Brian Casey a lot, and we'd be talking about types of things. And on a forecheck, I really didn't like when players skated by someone. That's what we call flybys. And I used to speak about that. You don't need to be a big guy, but you need to be engaged on somebody. Don't do a flyby.
Lucas Rose, that second goal for the Fog Devils. Defenseman fell down. Higdon goes into the corner to retrieve it for the Fog Devils. Try to get it from Morris. Back for Cody. Higdon again threw it in front, taken away behind the goal by Hillier. And out it comes. Cody up the blue line for Higdon. Got around Sullivan. Puck is loose in the circle.
It's going
and
to be a
we're gonna
hooking
get a
penalty
penalty.
on Jack Sullivan here. He chose to come up to challenge the forward, George, on the entry, but he was a little late getting there, and the forward made a nice move on him and went to his inside. And, of course, because of that, it would have created a 3-on-2 down low, and Jack Sullivan got a stick engaged on the forward stick.
Second power play of the game for the Fog Devils. They had one early in the first period. It took them 6 seconds to score on that one. Ralph with a shot that was deflected, hit the crossbar.
I think so.
And went up and out of play. Deflected by a Fog Devil in front. So the faceoff will come outside. Whoa, that was close.
That would have taken less than 6 seconds.
Yeah, just 5 seconds gone. So the faceoff outside. Cody. Pass for Sears. Into the middle, back to Cody. Cody was poke checked, but following up on it is Sears. He'll bring it in over the blue line, down deep into the corner. Sears back at the point for Cody. Cody with a wrist shot, didn't get through, hit some bodies in front. And the Impact get it out, and down the ice. Goaltenders thought he would come out to play that.
Strange.
Badcock got to it first.
Goaltender could have easily played it and prevented anything. See, that pass is just not going to work there. Far too long a pass, especially in the neutral zone.
Cody. He'll leave it for Fardy. Sears, and he's dispossessed of the puck, and out it comes. Fog Devils had that first chance with 5 seconds gone in the penalty, but not much since.
No,
there they turn it over. French shorthanded, lost control of the puck as he tried to poke it ahead to himself.
Looked like he was going to have a shorthanded breakaway.
There's Hodder. Hodder at the blue line, lost it. Haggett turns, backhands it out. Here's French again. French takes it into the corner, killing time, just 15 seconds to go in the power play. Actually, that's Bath, number 4 out there now. Was French previously, 14. 5 seconds to go. Bouncing puck right to the goaltender, and that's going to do it. Power play is over. Good penalty kill that time for the Impact.
Yeah, just one chance early, and that was it.
Yeah, right off that first face-off.
He had no entries after that, George. No good passes coming out, and that makes it very difficult.
Off the boards, racing to try and get to his McNeil. He's not going to catch it, though. That's going to be icing against the Impact. 12:08 to go, second period. 2-1 Fog Devils.
I like that option that the defenseman went with the Jersey McNeil pass that time, really passing it for the open ice, just a little too hard, but it's a nice play. So many times players think you have to pass it to the player. There's times that you just pass it to a position that player is responsible to go get that puck.
Rose, pass for Deer. Brought in by Budgel. Preston Freak in the corner. Working against a couple of Fog Devils. Puck comes loose to Budgel. Tried to get out in front. Comes back to Freak. Tried to give it to Budgel in front. That was picked off. The Fog Devils with a chance to move it out. They do. Off the stick of Barker. Rose will hold it in here at the right point. Rose from top of the circle. A shot. Hit some bodies in front. Goes behind the goal. McNeil.
It's a long shift for him here now. They need to get
Budgel,
some
that hit the linesman.
troops out there.
Barker brings it back in. Barker beats the defense, lays it off. Shot, save.
Wow. Thought he was going to shoot it. What a phenomenal play and a great pass.
Very unselfish, and it was a good pass and a great save.
Was it ever?
By Barton. his best of the game. Again, the puck comes in front, and Impact just able to get a stick on it, clear it out. Rose. Higdon drops it back. Higdon gets the return pass, hopped over his stick, but Ralph is there to pick it up. Off the stick of Ryan, tipped in. Horwood around the boards. Leaves it behind the goal. Landon Hibbs. Long pass just off the stick of Byrne. Byrne will go and chase it. Ralph is on him. The two number 8s go to the boards. Higdon flips it into the middle. Racing onto that is Moores. Moores has a look around. Drop pass. Teammate Ryan went the other way.
Yeah, that's one you got to be sure of, particularly when you got possession.
Whoa.
It's offside.
No, they waved it off, but
That's
it
just
looked offside.
It's offside.
Ryan drops it. Higdon winds up, shot off the defenseman Sullivan in behind the goal. Puck is still behind the goal. Cooper Roberts makes a move in behind everybody. Here's Thompson. Thompson in all alone. Shoots, scores his second of the game.
Just a bad pinch by the defenseman on the left side for the Fog Devils, George. Puck is coming out, and it's one that you've got to retreat. You cannot stay there, and then he's just got here nowhere else to go. And, of course, great follow, or great finish, I should say, by Thompson.
Thompson goes to that spot that's tough for goaltenders. Stick side, above the pad, below the blocker.
It's a tough one.
2-2.
Doesn't have to be hard, but accurate, and it was. But again, you're a D-man. You've either got to commit or back up. You cannot be caught in no man's land, which is exactly what happened to the lefty on that particular instance.
Central goal scored by number 12, Ryder.
Sullivan.
Assisted by number 21.
Now for Bath.
And number 9, Jack Sullivan. Time of goal, 9:27.
Sullivan back at the left point. Wrist shot. That got through. Just missed.
Went
Tipped in by Hillier.
Went off party skate. Almost went in the net.
Off the defenseman. Cleared. Sullivan likes to stay in. Holds it in. Throws it down deep. They had Badcock all alone in front. The pass just off the mark. Again, Robert, he was invisible. Nobody saw him.
I'm not sure what's going on, George.
And try and get it back to Badcock again. Fardy moved it ahead. This is Beatty. Took it down deep. Puck goes high in the air, and it'll go out of play. Down in the corner. Face-off will stay in the Impact end. 8:26 to go, period 2. We've got a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, I really like the way both teams are finishing their checks down low, but more importantly, they're also spotting the late man coming in the slot area, which is nice. It's very easy to just dish the puck in front of the net if you don't have anything else to do with it. But if you're a little bit patient, you hold on to it and spring a D-man loose, you'll get that puck somewhere around top of that circle of hash marks area, which is even more effective.
Badcock. Defenseman bumped him off the puck. A good play. Just played the body.
Did a really good job.
Turn it over inside the blue line. Kept in by Bath, and he gets knocked down by Cody. French. He lost it. Comes to the boards. Fog Devils have it. A little slow to move it. And it's kept in. Bath. Looking for Badcock. Barker. He lost it. Finally, the puck just comes out over the blue line. Shot right back in again by Ellis. Almost a giveaway at the blue line. Haggett's got it. Back it goes. Ralph has to go back behind his goal. Up for Barker. Barker fanned on his pass. Has got it again. Playing a little sloppy right now, Robert.
Yeah, it is, especially in the neutral zone.
Cody gets it in over the blue line no further. That'll be flipped up into the seats by Haggett, and the face-off will be in the Impact end. Again, thanks so much to Skur Mechanical, the major sponsor for this tournament, and also the sponsor for our webcasts here on AO.live this weekend.
You're talking about a little sloppy in the neutral zone, and I think Haggett just said enough of this. I'm going to put this up in the stands.
And shot put in wide. Rebound comes off the boards. And Fanning on it.
I think the net is off.
It must have come off. Only reason I think of for a whistle, but those came off maybe a little bit. Nets are pegged down usually pretty good here at the Joe.
Yeah, although I didn't see Lukey doing them today, so.
Oh, that might explain it.
I think so. If they don't come off, if Lukey does them, you got no worries.
The master of the goal net, Luke McDonald.
Sure, we'll see Lukey here tonight for the Cataract game, will we, George?
Oh, you got to have him here for the big game.
Well, we can't. There's no way to go ahead with the game.
Through the crease to the boards, tipped out. Here comes Budgel. Budgel swinging wide and a good poke check. Following up on it though, and somehow keeping it out.
Wow.
Was Noel. First one was a great play, I thought, on the poke check, but the puck came right back to Blake Budgel, who had a second chance, and the second one was the better one.
And George, you made a call on Blake Budgel last night. He was coming down the right side here, and he protected the puck well and put his leg out. He did the exact same thing there then, and bought himself some space. Looked like it was going to be an empty net. The goaltender was down.
Hodder to Sears. Hodder heading for the front of the goal. They get him the puck, and he can't make contact with it.
The stick was grabbed, George. He's complaining to the official.
And I was wondering why he couldn't make contact. Looked like he was there. So, and have your stick held, that'll do it.
Well, I watched it. The D-man, or excuse me, the forward grabbed the stick.
Got away with it, prevented a goal likely. It's knocked down, big, juicy rebound.
And net is off again.
That right post.
Yeah, well, I watched. You can see him putting it back in position. It's
Moores. That's really strange. Don't see that often here. We've seen it
Never.
in other rinks.
Never here.
McNeil trying to catch up to it. He'll get to it. McNeil couldn't center it. Moore's pass kind of half fanned on. That didn't go exactly where he intended. It'll come back to him. Rose. Byrne drops it back to the point. Bouncing puck, redirected and put wide by Thompson, looking for the hat trick.
He had another great opportunity. Good hand-eye.
Sullivan holds it in, puts it in wide. Impactor changing. It's lifted up in the air, but Sullivan got a skate on it. Over to Higdon, who will backhand it in. Hillier winding up. Off the boards. His teammate Roberts didn't see it. Allow the Fog Devils to bring it back in. That shot stopped by Sullivan. Hillier takes it off the boards. He's being watched by Higdon. They go the other side into the middle. Picked up by Byrne. Byrne winding up. Byrne working against Ralph. Byrne couldn't get it to the front of the goal. It's played in behind. Taken there by Cody. Back at the point. Hillier couldn't hold it in. Takes it out, shoots it in. Impact will have to tag up. Under 4.5 to go in the second. Ryan tried to leave it for Cody. The pass was in his skates. Byrne has it. Back to Sullivan. Hillier has to go back and take it off the boards. Lifts it up in the air off the glass. Out it comes. Jumped over the stick of Cody. Thompson gets it out in front. Thompson looking for it again.
Wow.
Couldn't score.
He's had 3 great opportunities in this shift, George.
He picked up that loose puck and cut in front. Pass back to the point. Misses. Thompson. He goes off. Back to pick it up. Sullivan. Long pass for Byrne. Too long. Down the ice it goes, and that will be icing against the Impact. 3:33 left in the second.
Yeah, Roger Thompson had a couple of great opportunities. One when the puck was coming in there, and he just bats at it and made great contact. And then again onto the side of the net.
Talked last night about how when you're having a good game, the puck seems to follow you everywhere.
It does.
Notice that with Badcock last night, is with Thompson today. Beatty, every loose puck ends up on your stick somehow. Bath kept it in. That'll come out. Badcock. Badcock, the shot scores!
There you go, George.
No resistance.
Wow, he made a really nice move at the blue line to beat the D-man, came back in. Then he used the second D-man as a bit of a screen, I think, George. You watch this inside-out move right here, really nice. And then watch, he shoots this through the D-man. D-man, comes up as opposed to get out of the way or get down. You can't do what he just did, and I guarantee you his goaltender is going to say something to him, or actually he should go back and say, that's on me.
Ellis off the boards, up to Bath. Bath couldn't get to it. Back at the point. Shot by Higdon, went off a leg into the corner. Bath in there first, knocked off the puck. Fog Devils come up with it, but can't get it out. Badcock again. Had his stick tied up, slid it wide. Potter will just get rid of it. 2.5 to go in the second. Impact have taken the lead, 3-2. Haggett gets to center, lifts it high down in the corner. Again, seen this before. He'll dump and chase from his defensive position. Rose shoots it in for the Fog Devils. Fog Devils are on it.
Wow, the net's definitely going to come off now.
Net came off. Water bottle came off.
Almost a couple of heads.
Players do a little bit pushing and shoving.
But you're talking about Haggett, George, how he likes to dump the puck in a forecheck. Both defensemen, that defensive pairing for the Impact. Parker Ellis as well, really offensively gifted. They like to move the puck up, and they will take any opportunity that they can to get a shot in on net.
Going to move the face-off outside the blue line.
Yeah, you can see the defenseman for the forward for Fog Devils went in and pushed the D-man into the net.
Here is Parker Ellis, as you just mentioned, leading the rush. Shot, blocker save. Big rebound out in front, cleared by the Fog Devils. Mitchell French. Bath into the middle. Nice pass. Badcock working against Ralph. Badcock turning. Defeated for Bath. That was intercepted. Fog Devils just slow to move it. Bath had it on their stick. The shot went off a stick. Comes back to Bath. Bath with a shot. Right back to him again. Down in the corner. French. Off the stick of the goaltender. Back at the point. Kept in by Horwood. Off the skate of French. Again, the Fog Devils can't move it out. The goaltender says, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I can't blame them. There was no urgency on the part of the Fog Devils at all, George. And I'm sure they got to be a little tired as well, having the game this morning, and they only got 13 bodies, but they were basically just looking at the puck and saying, please, someone get it.
Yeah, they got off to a good start.
Oh, tremendous.
But it is a question whether or not fatigue may begin to set in a little bit. As mentioned, they played 8 o'clock this morning.
And even though, you're 14, 15 years old,
you still get tired.
You still get tired. May take you a little longer, but you still get tired.
Yeah, people say, they're only young, they shouldn't get tired. No, that's not how the body works.
No, you think back to your days when you were young, you got tired.
Yep.
It's a long time ago for me. Being young, that is.
I'm trying not being tired.
Yeah.
That happened earlier this morning.
I'm tired often.
Turnover and a shot on goal. Stopped by Barton. Puck is stolen at the blue line. Getting away is Budgell. Budgell got half a step. Keeps going. Gets away a good shot. Knoll stayed with him. Made the save.
Budgell's impressive.
I'm going to say it was touched last by an Impact player. So no icing. Moores over along the boards. Look out. It's going to be poked away again. That's a few times they've been caught. Here's McNeil. And the puck hit that snow over in front of the bench. He was looking for a Preston Freak who was all alone in front.
Only a penalty behind the play here.
Jersey McNeil is down over at the far boards.
But Jersey McNeil looked up, George, and at 8.8 seconds I watched him. He just got in over the blue line, was hoping to get the puck, and it hit the snow, as you said, and bounced over his stick. He was still able to get it towards the net.
Yeah, he had intentions of passing that to Freak, who was
He did.
all alone. It's a 2-on-1. And we mentioned last night about the snow buildup alongside or in front of the bench. Came into play there.
Yeah.
Anyway, second period comes to an end. The Central Impact have taken the lead. They lead it 3-2. After 30 minutes of play, they will do the ice. And we'll be back with the final period, which will be 20 minutes in duration. All right, we'll take a break. You're watching under 16 AAA action from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium in Grand Falls, Windsor, here on AO.live. Central Impact leading this game 3-2 over the East Coast Fog Devils as we get set for the third period. Impact will start this third period on the power play. Interference call against the Fog Devils right at the end of period number 2. As Jersey McNeil was coming down the right side, threw it in front of the goal and was knocked down. So 5-on-4 to begin the third. We'll play a 20-minute period. They play 2 15s and a 20, the U16.
A lot of water to our right, George.
It's a bit of a sheen on the ice, and there you see it behind the goal. The defenseman stopped up and the puck stuck.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hopefully that'll resolve itself in the next minute or two. There it is again, Byrne having trouble with it.
The puck is not even moving, George.
Down in behind the goal. Cleared to the near corner. Byrne into the middle. Finds Cooper Roberts. Just in over the blue line. A little button hook. Stops. And pushed to the boards by Higdon. Puck goes down into the corner. Byrne is there. Byrne. Turning. Back for Roberts. Roberts behind the goal. See the puck stick there too, Robert.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't wait a couple of minutes.
Right in front. Shot. Thompson fanned on the first one and got away a weak one on the second. Trying to complete the hat trick.
It's going to be another couple of minutes before the water actually freezes, and we saw how it stuck twice now at each end of the rink.
Under a minute to go in the power play. Sullivan plays it behind the goal. French is there. Back for Bath. Back in for French. Hopped over his stick. Fog Devils get to it. Up along the boards. And they'll get it down the ice. Sullivan back to retrieve it. And for Caden Hillier. Ahead for Bath. He'll bring it in over the blue line. French. That shot ripped wide. Comes back to the right point. Kept in by Hillier. Just 5 seconds to go in the power play. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan's shot is stopped, ends up in behind the goal. Power play is now over. And the Fog Devils kill that one off to start the third period. Potter will dump it in. Hillier. Good outlet pass to Bath. Bath down the left side. Bath cutting in. It's going to be a penalty.
It's a hold.
Yeah, the defenseman put a bear hug on him from behind. So the Impact will go right back on the power play.
A nice lead pass coming off the right boards, going all the way up to the left side. Got Bath, who was able to get in and get position on the D-man, who was forced to put the clamps on him. So we had a power play to start the period, and now we have another one just 2.5 minutes in.
Liam Cody gone to the penalty box for the Fog Devils.
Impact are having great opportunity here.
Hibbs centering it. Down for Byrne.
Very different look on the D, too, with Landon Hibbs on D with Tyler Horward.
Hibbs tried to throw it in front of the goal, and that's picked off, cleared out. Hibbs has got it again, drops it back to Horwood. Up to Byrne. Byrne gets it into the offensive zone. Down into the corner. Roberts back at the point. Hibbs down into the corner. On it first, Fog Devils, they'll bring it out. Here they come short-handed. Brady Ralph in all alone on the rush. Oh, sorry, that's 89, Higdon. Byrne to the front of the goal. It bounces around in the crease. Goaltender dives out. The puck is still loose. Now he's got it and covers it. Remember, the puck is still not sliding properly out there.
No, it's not. Rodder Thompson had another great chance, George, as Byrne came over with the pass and a hit off the goaltender. Stick went up, tried to bat it into the air, and then Cooper Roberts, who was just trying to get his stick on it, just eluded him. Goaltender was able to get the pad down.
Wholesale change for the Impact on this power play. 5 new players out there. Ellis. Higdon is back at the blue line. Ellis takes it in deep, throws it right in front. They score!
Just a beautiful pass coming down low. Ellis, who I talked about earlier, George, he really is gifted offensively. Plays defense, obviously, but you watch this on a power play. He comes down very unselfish.
And we did not get it.
Oh, okay.
That's on me.
That's all right.
Yeah, I tried using the remote for the replay, and
wow.
that didn't work. Have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Wow, my goodness.
To get the mouse out and click on it.
But anyway, Parker Ellis coming down on the left-hand side. Spots Jersey McNeil in the middle of the rink. Just gives him a nice little touch pass and just had to redirect. Goaltender never had a chance.
4-2 now on the power play. Now they're saying Ellis, but that was McNeil who put it in.
Yeah.
Ellis made the pass, brought it down the left side, got it in deep, and fed it in front, and McNeil put it home. Hodder holds it, throws it in front. Oh, what a save!
My goodness.
By Tommy Barton, his best of the game.
I thought it was an empty net.
It was a great pass from Hodder into the middle to Fardy, and it looked like Fardy had the empty net. Somehow Barton stayed with him.
George, the only thing I could see if they're talking about that goal, that if it went off the D-man stick for Fog Devils, which I did not see.
Saw McNeil put it in.
Yeah,
and of course that's the one we don't have a replay on, so you can't double check it. But
he clearly shot it.
Yeah. I have the replay in my mind. Budgel kicks it down into the corner. McNeil tried to get it in front. It comes to the boards. Impact will keep it in. Now it'll come out, just out. Pass a little bit too far for Ellis. That's going to chase him back into his own end around the boards. Gets to the front of the goal. Backhand. That was a good chance for Ryan a minute ago in front of the Impact goal. Ryan lost it. Shot one off the defenseman. Budgel looking for it, overskated it. That will allow the Fog Devils to bring it out. Cody gets to the blue line and it's poked out. Hodder following up on it, brings it in. Hodder shoots it. Blocker save made by Barton. Bath to it first, off the boards. He'll pick it up himself. Over on this side looking for French. French takes it off the boards. Avoids a hit. Badcock was all alone in front. The pass hit the side of the goal.
How many times have you said that the last couple of games?
Badcock all alone in front, yeah. Got that one on replay. Again, caught pinching. Fog Devils, French. And you and I have the same reaction. Not quite sure what that was. Somewhere between a pass and a shot. Turned out to be neither.
Just a little wide right. My goodness.
Turning, Hillier. Push to the boards. Puck goes down into the corner. Badcock on it first, looking for French. To the boards. Down into the corner. Back player goes down. Big collisions. Hillier allowed to bring it out in front. The whistle goes as there's a pile up down the corner to our right.
One guy on the forecheck was bent over and got checked, and then of course someone took offense to that, came in, and everybody got a little excited. Offsetting penalties.
Yeah, that was Byrne, who was down in the corner for the Impact, and you say was bent over, and he got hit pretty good.
He did.
Then the scrum ensued after that. Badcock and Deere gone to the penalty box. You say offsetting, so we'll stay 5-on-5. Cleared to the boards. Ryan gets it down into the corner. Byrne throws it to the other side. Sullivan will get there first. Well, no, he won't. Good hustle there by Moores for the Fog Devils to get there first. Looked like Sullivan was going to get there. That good forecheck. They get it in front of the goal. Went off the goaltender and cleared to the boards. Cooper Roberts. Byrne was heading for the front of the goal. Roberts takes it into the corner. Back at the point. Hibbs with a shot, hoping for a deflection, and went wide.
Central penalty number 6, Aaron Babcock, 4 minutes for head contact. On the penalty, 13-12.
Just announced 4 minutes
For Babcock.
for Babcock. Head contact. Haven't mentioned the Fog Devils penalty. Here it comes. Same call.
Penalty, 13-12.
They both get 4 for head contact. Thompson, he lost it. Back from the Fog Devils. Higdon pushed to the boards, and then the puck is poked away. Thompson's on it. Gets to center, dumps it in, and heads to the bench. Cody to the blue line. Slaps it off the inboards. Came right out in front. Backhand stopped by Barton. Good chance for Hodder as he took it off the inboards. Now Hodder has it. Throw it down in deep. Horwood to the boards. Into the middle they come. McNeil. Jersey McNeil. Someone's lost their neck guard. So someone's got to go off. Well, if they realize it, referee or the linesman has picked it up.
Yeah.
It is Jersey McNeil. I thought that's who it was. He now heads to the bench. Puck comes out to center. Fardy is passed back to his defenseman. That was picked off, dumped in a little further by Preston Freak. Freak, one of 3 players from Lewisport. Sebastian Anstey not playing in this one. There's a big hit. Hodder stepped into French and...
Yeah, French needs to get off here, George. He's dazed. He's got to get off.
He has gone right to the bench. That was a big open ice hit.
And that's the one, George, I'm talking about. After you've made the play, you've got to be aware. That's just when he was caught into train tracks, and that was a good, solid hit.
Potter trying to get it out. It came back to him. Thompson saw it at the last second, cuts inside the defense, leaves it there for Bath. Bath tried to get it over for Budgel. Maybe one pass too many.
Yeah, it would have been great if he had given the Tillman on his backhand.
Bath steals it at center. Bath, a wrist shot off the defenseman. Haggett does a great job to hold it in at the right point.
Good D-man.
Beatty down in the corner. Yeah, I mentioned him last night. I was very impressed with his game. That's going to be a penalty to the Impact.
That's an easy call. That's one as the D-man is coming down, George. He has to do the bear hug. You can't go and make hard contact like that, knock him over.
Charging.
Yeah, and that's... They don't call checking from behind anymore like that, and that's fine. But, George, I can't help but think a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes ago, I was looking over at the Impact bench, and Coach Darren Byrne was yelling, and I heard him say, "Get off, get off, get off." He was yelling at his son, who stays out, in my estimation, too long. And he got off because they just turned the puck over, and he went down and gave him a little bit of peace of his mind, telling him that he's certainly not going to be getting his allowance this week.
So the Fog Devils, chance to get right back in this, trailing by 2.
It's an important power play for them.
Just over 9 minutes to go here in the game.
Central penalty number 19, Parker Ellis.
Hodder with a shot. That one off a leg. Kept in by Ralph. He'll go the other side. Cody with a wrist shot, missed the net. McNeil gets to it. Out it comes. Ralph forced to go back down deep in his own end.
Both Ralph and Cody on the D for the Fog Devils here had great shots, George.
Minute 10 to go in the man advantage. Pass missed Hodder, and that's going to be icing. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, that's on Hodder. It's a tough pass to take, but you got to be able to make contact with it somehow. When Ralph passes you the puck, he passes the puck hard, and you like that. The delayed penalty is over now for both of the guys who had 4 minutes for head contact.
So the penalty box now empty for both sides.
Yeah.
Sorry, still a penalty for the impact, but those two players have come out. So power play continues for the Fog Devils. Ralph leading the rush. Head to Ryan. Ryan and Sullivan go into the corner. Ryan comes up with the puck along the boards. Got it through the crease, kicked away. Byrne gets rid of it. Cody lost it. Byrne bringing it back in. Byrne shoots. That didn't miss by much. What a great shot. There was room over that blocker, and he didn't miss it by much.
Oh, and he was being harassed too with the stick. But he did get a good quick shot away. We saw him roof two last night, George.
He was by far the best player in the game last night. Little quieter here today.
Heads up.
Ooh, that goes right into the impact bench. Got to go over and apologize to your teammates for that one. He does.
Wow. Yeah. George, a nice little play that I noticed Fardy. He was just outside of the blue line. The puck came to him. He wasn't able to get a stick on it. He redirected with his skate, made a great pass to his teammate. Really a nice little neat play.
I'm starting to chuckle. Head coach Darren Byrne went right over to the player that shot the puck into the bench. A little tap on the back. There's a little don't worry about it sort of move. Beatty behind the goal. Tried to get it out in front. Nice play by the goaltender to get the paddle of the stick down, prevent that pass from getting to the front of the goal. Penalties over. So now the penalty boxes are empty and we're 5-on-5. Higdon leaves it in the corner. They try to get him to return pass. Taken by Budgel. Budgel trying to force his way down the right side. Badcock gets it into the middle to French. French in over the blue line. Shot well wide of the goal. Budgel holds it in, lifts it up high, too high, up into the mesh. 6:40 to go, third period. Still 4-2 for the Impact.
Now's where, George, we were talking about it earlier in the game where the Fog Devils had taken a couple of what I thought two early pinches and it cost them twice. Now is where you have to take a pinch. You're down by a couple of goals, 6.5 minutes left. You don't mind taking a chance now on an 80-20 puck. You don't do it when you're tied and it's a 90-10 puck going against you earlier in the game. Ooh, another
Here's a big hit. Hibbs knocked down his man. Puck came loose. A shot came in from Potter. And Barton with another save. He's been very good here in this third period.
Yeah, he has been.
Fog Devils have had their chances. And that's going to be a penalty as Thompson took down Barker. Now bodies flying all over the place.
I think that one might be interference, but I thought it was a good check.
Potter knocked down Horwood and then chirped him a bit, and Horwood gets up, gives a shot back to Potter, and yeah, things are picking up a little bit here at the Joe Byrne.
Yeah. But the initial hit first was Hibbs on Potter, and then probably the smallest guy on the ice, Ryder Thompson, goes in and hits him again. But the original call is being called on him, and he's not even going to the box.
Right now, we've just got Horwood in the box for the Impact and Potter.
I think the official missed it.
For the Fog Devils. Well, the initial call was, Thompson hit his man over along the boards. Hit, I believe it was Barker.
It was. Barker got hit twice in that shift. Once by Hibbs and once by Ryder Thompson. Ryder Thompson is going to get away with a penalty here.
I can't imagine. But that was the initial call. How was that?
That was the initial call, George. Ryder Thompson, who I thought was a good check.
All before any of that scrum, the referee's arm went in the ear immediately.
And like the Horwood call
here,
they
got to talk about this.
The Horwood call here was way after the fact.
The only penalties right now are on that scrum that happened after. And Fog Devils saying, what about that first penalty down along the boards that you called?
Yeah, and the official is wrong here.
So I was watching when that hit happened along the boards. The referee's arm went up immediately.
Immediately.
And I said penalty coming up.
Yeah.
And then everything else happened after that. So what happened to that initial penalty?
The initial penalty is being called on Ryder Thompson, who checks Parker, down low, which I thought was a good check. He was turned toward, but his arm went up immediately. Then the skirmish took place after that. The official missed it and got this one wrong.
Surprised the Fog Devils bench isn't asking for an explanation.
Yeah,
because that arm went up immediately on that initial hit. I don't think I've seen that before.
No. And as an official, no big deal. Say, I missed it bad. Let's get it right. The most important thing, George, is to get the call right. And they didn't.
They did get together and talk about it, but everything is offsetting.
And that's a big play at this juncture of the game with the Fog Devils, who would have been going on a power play.
Yeah, but 6 minutes left to go. Ellis with a shot is deflected. They score.
Now that's going to be very painful. Very painful for these Fog Devils right here now. And I just looked at a couple of the players down on the bench yelling at the official.
Now, was that Thompson with the deflection? Insult to injury. Let's have a look.
Well, I think it was, George, and that will be a hat trick for him as far as I know.
Yep.
But we talk about Parker Ellis, gets the puck here, makes a nice move, just a little wrist shot. That is Thompson, George.
Yeah, the player sitting there in front, so he completes the hat trick.
Yeah.
5-2, and not only didn't get the penalty, but the player who we thought should have been penalized scores the goal.
And, George, I looked down at the Fog Devils bench, which is just below us, and there's 2 or 3 players really giving it to the official at center ice. And you know something? I'd be the same way.
I might be a little irked.
Yeah, so now it's 5-2.
Got a timeout, I believe, has been called.
Yeah, so if you think about a change of events, George, it's looking like, well, we thought from our vantage point that the Fog Devils were going to go on a power play down 4-2, and instead they get scored on, and it's now 5-2 with 5:45 remaining. That Jeopardy music, George?
Tis.
Oh, Alex Trebek.
The late, great.
Oh,
he was the best.
Classic Canadian. A lot of great Canadians over the years, George, who've been very good hosts for game shows. Can you remember Card Sharks?
Jim Perry.
Jim Perry. Love him.
I love the Canadian game shows. You could win a
Alan Thicke
Parker pen and pencil set. Year's supply of rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Remember that? That was actual prizes. Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Front page challenge.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the prizes. You didn't win $100,000 or cars in the Canadian game shows back in the 70s.
Oh, George, rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Is that beautiful? Oh, my. George, we're getting some bodies tossed around down here now.
French trying to cut inside.
Good to see him back out after taking a hard check.
Cleared in by Badcock. Rose back there first for the Fog Devils. Impact, by the way, well out in first place in the standings in the U16. I don't know if we mentioned, they don't play like the U18, a regular sort of schedule where they play weekends against one team. It's a series of tournaments like this one. This is a regular season tournament. It's not the season-ending one.
No, and each center hosts one, and then there is an out-of-province one, which doesn't count towards the standings, and then another year-end one.
So right now, we mentioned last night, there's a shot stopped by Noel and tipped it over the top of the goal. When we looked at the standings, we said the Privateers were 4 games short. They played 4 games fewer than anybody else, talking to their coach, Pat Yetman, before the game. And this afternoon, he said, yeah, they missed a tournament that was played over in Corner Brook. Little concerns about weather. And they didn't make that one. That's why they've played coming in 14 games, and other teams have played 18. This will be the 19th game for the Impact. And the Fog Devils, too, I believe, where they played this morning and again this afternoon. But the Impact comfortably out in first place in the league standings.
And I think that they play a 24-game schedule, George.
So a couple of more tournaments to go, or another tournament.
No, another.
One more.
Yeah, I think it's a 24-game schedule. If I can remember going back to October when they were putting this together. I might be wrong.
I'm learning quickly about the U16 league. I knew, as I said off the top last night, virtually nothing about this league coming into last night's game. So it's been a quick education for me. Been enjoying it. Headed to look at doing some more of this next year.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. It's good.
When the tournament is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, busy couple of weekends. Last weekend we did the Central Impact U18 against the Western Kings in their play-in series, plus the Cataracts final 2 home games of the regular season.
That's a penalty.
We got a penalty coming up against the Fog Devils. This weekend, 3 U16 games, 2 Cataracts playoff games. It's the most wonderful time of the year, Robert.
Wow. It is a very good time of the year. Playoffs have begun. We've got lots of hockey, lots of snow.
Yeah, that we could, well, like I say, could do without, but I know I got some snowmobile friends.
Yes.
Snowmobiling friends who been praying for this sort of weather.
Yeah, a couple of them have actually, I spoke to the other day, said they had a lot of snow. They needed more snow. They got it, but now they want to get some water temps so they can get it packed down so it's easier to trek through the woods.
And there's supposed to be more snow coming at the end of the week.
Oh, George.
End of next week. Thursday, Friday, I believe.
Going through a lot of gas with my snowblower. Gas prices went up too.
Yes, saw that the other night.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Time winding down. 3 minutes to go. Impact on the power play. Up by 3. Horwood, shot kicked away by Knoll. And down the ice. Whoops. Referee had to get out of the way of that one.
That would add insult to injury for sure.
Came right across his face. Backed up. Horwood winding up. He's poke checked by Fardy. Fardy got Ryan with him. Gets a weak shot on goal, but will force a face-off down in the impact end.
Landon Hibbs is going down those left boards, George, and he really needs, he's a long, tall guy with a long stick. And because the puck gets out too far ahead of him, it's easier to poke check, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, I think I said it was Horwood 24. It was 26 Hibbs.
And he's going on his off wing as well, which makes it even more difficult because it's harder for him to protect the puck in full motion.
Impact win the face-off off the board, so skate it out. Thompson. Roberts with a shot. Save. Puck sits at the side of the goal, cleared to the boards. Byrne is on it.
Thompson's had himself a whale of a game.
Yeah, he's got himself a hat trick.
Ed Lyon were dominant last night. They're good again here today with Cooper Roberts there, the big guy in the middle. And
Byrne
of course,
leaves it. Thompson, a shot off the stick of Fardy, stays in play. Byrne's got it. Back at the point. Haggett couldn't hold it in. Under 2 to play in this one. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Byrne across. Hopped over the stick of Ellis. Back at the point for Haggett. Fanned on that pass, then throws it over to Byrne. He's slow moving right now, Robert.
Yeah.
Haggett down to Ellis. From a sharp angle, the save is made and held by Knoll.
I think it might have gotten the goaltender in the mask initially and then came down to his blocker. Minute and a half left here, and I'm quite surprised actually at the Impact would have a full power play unit out here. This is their number 1 unit. Up 5-2 with a minute and a half left.
9 seconds to go in this power play. Byrne wins the face-off back to Ellis. Ellis fanned on it, gets it, shoots it, deflected wide. And that'll do it. Penalty is now over. Comes right in front. Knoll dives and hangs on to it. 1:14 to go. Face-off in the Fog Devils' end. We've got another game coming up at 4 o'clock. Impact will take on the Tri-Pen Osprey here at the Joe Byrne.
Couple hours off, 1:39, 1:40. Get home at 1:50. Okay. Get my feet put up. Hot coffee. Warm my feet and hands up.
Get back here for 3:30ish, 3:45.
Okay, 3:45.
3:45 will work. I'll have everything ready for you, Robert.
Thank you.
Higdon back in his own end, reverses it off the board. Sullivan will hold it in. Higdon's got it. Under a minute to play. Hillier. Out they come. Badcock. He'll just dump it in. Ralph trying to get it out. He does. Hillier got tied up a little bit with the linesman. Now he's got the puck. He's got some open ice. 15 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. Another strong showing for the Central Impact.
Yeah, they're playing well, George.
Yeah, they won last night against the Privateers. This afternoon they defeat the Fog Devils, East Coast Fog Devils, by a score of 5-2. So they're 2-0.
3-0. They won. They won yesterday morning. Or
okay, missed that. Yeah, 3-0.
8-2.
Yes, 8-3 over Western.
8-3, yeah.
So it was. So 3-0. They've got one more against the Osprey coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll have that one for you as well. There's the final shots on goal, 44-28 in favor of the Fog Devils.
No.
That showing.
No, in favor of Impact.
Oh, that's right.
Impact.
They are the guests. Thank you. I looked at that and I said, that can't be right. Yeah, they are the guests for this game. Have to make the adjustment. The visitors. All right, so 44-33 in favor of the Impact. All right, that's going to do it for this one. We'll be back in just over 2 hours from now with another game. Again, it'll be Impact versus the Osprey. So for Robert Golden and cameraman Steve Noseworthy, my name is George Scott. Folks, thanks so much for joining us here on AO.live. See you back here in a couple of hours.